Hey Denver, Mayor Michael Hancock here. It's now time for Friday Mail with the Mayor. We are coming to you from Thomas Jefferson High School, the home of the Spartans. And I just finished a phenomenal, very cool event with Councilwoman Kendra Black, where we brought students at Thomas Jefferson together with some of the older adults of the Southeast Denver community, just to have a good conversation, an intergenerational conversation about leadership and about our community, about our great city. And it was just a phenomenal event. I cannot thank Councilwoman Black enough. She is such a phenomenal leader in the city of Denver and just a great representative for her Southeast Denver residents, and I am just honored to always stand with her with these very innovative efforts that she is taking place. She has taken place out here in this area. By the way, I know it's weird to see this Thunderbolt, this Manual High School graduate wearing a TJ Spartan jersey, but I was proud to be here at TJ today. My wife, the First Lady of Denver, Mary Louise Lee, is a graduate of Thomas Jefferson, and so I wear this in honor of her today. And to all the TJ Spartans that are out there in Denver, we're proud to be in your school, whether you are an alumni or you are a current student. Thank you very much for what you've done to help make this city great. We're going to turn to the mail and have a great conversation. The first letter comes from Nick, and Nick writes, hey, Elitch has been in Colorado for over 130 years. I'm concerned that if the River Mile development comes in, it will close Elitch's. Thank you, Nick, for writing in. I want to tell you that Denver-based Revisco Properties owns Elitch's today. They bought it in 2015. And they shared with us at the time that they wanted to redevelop the area, but they are a long way off from closing Elitch's, several years, quite frankly. In fact, to the point where they said, don't even worry about it right now. We're so long away from the planning and ultimate development. There's so much land to develop. We are years away from where we have to talk about what happens next with Elitch Gardens. But I will tell you that in 2015, knowing that this process was coming about and redevelopment of Elitch may very well occur, I directed the Department of Community Planning and Development to begin a process of community outreach and engagement about the future of this area. And they went out and they spoke with a lot of residents, held a lot of community group meetings about the future of this area, and out of that came some rezoning opportunities. And so I got to tell you, we have a plan going forward, and part of that is the downtown area plan that really created kind of the future for this whole area going forward. We will not lose sight of Elitch's and the importance it has played in the life of our community. Trust me, that was the first question I asked Revisco when it came to see me and let me know that they were looking to redevelop the area. What about Elitch's, and how can we all work together to make sure that Denver always has a world-class amusement park? So thank you, Nick, for writing in, and just know that we'll continue working on the future of Elitch's going forward. The second letter comes from Gary Hardiman, who wants to know more about marijuana funding and where it ultimately ends up. He writes, where is all the money from marijuana, medical and recreational marijuana going? So let me just share this with you, Gary. There's oftentimes a confusion. At the state level, when it passed in the state of Colorado, the state law that the people passed said that the money from the revenue from or taxes from marijuana sales would go to support schools, the maintenance and capital construction of schools. That's at the state level. It did not address where those dollars would go on the local level. What I did under my leadership once it became live was to say we will not dedicate these dollars yet to anything or earmark them until we know that we have a consistent, pretty good sense of how much revenue is coming in. Because I didn't want to earmark it, not knowing or having a sense of what we were going to receive from the sales of marijuana. And so over the last 5 years, we have been slowly and surely beginning to allocate the money. Let me tell you where the revenue from sales taxes on marijuana has gone in the city of Denver. We have used it to educate kids about the impacts of marijuana, if they use it, and really trying to keep them from using it. We have also worked on making sure we are able to properly regulate the industry, and so it took some proper framework and, of course, people who would regulate the industry. And that also includes enforcement and park maintenance, where we've allocated some of the money. We've also allocated money to help paving the streets. That started in 2016, where we started allocating some of those revenues to paving our streets in Denver, Colorado. And then just last year, you may recall that I sent a bill to City Council to double the amount of money that we're dedicating to affordable housing, from $15 million to $30 million. And part of those revenues that we are dedicating toward affordable housing comes from sales taxes on marijuana. And so we will continue to make sure that these funding revenues coming into the city of Denver goes to assist our city in implementing the regulation and enforcement of the marijuana industry, but also impacting the quality of life of our great city. Well, that's all we have for today. Gary, Nick, thank you both for writing in. We want to hear from you, Denver. Send us an email, tweet something out to us, and we'll do our best to address those issues right here on Friday Mail with the Mayor. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Coming from Thomas Jefferson Land.